Hello again, brothers and sisters. This is Chuck. Chuck's Off the Grid World. Got another project going on. Another lithium battery failure. This is what I've got. Check it out. Okay, just when I open this battery up, I saved you from all that. It was a battle. When I got in here, this is what I found. Now, I don't know if this wire, it was just laying there like that. I don't know if it was knocked loose when I was trying to get the lid off or what's going on, but the battery won't take a charge. I've been trying to charge it for 2 weeks. It will not take a charge. It's got 13 volts at these terminals, but it's just when I try to put my battery charger, my lithium battery charger, it won't receive it. At some point, I can play with it long enough. I can get it to charge, start to charge. It'll get up to about 10 volts or something, and it'll just shut down. Go back to 0 again, or 2 volts or something like that effect. But I can't figure out where this wire is supposed to go. It just doesn't seem like it goes anywhere. It looks like possibly it goes down to here, but this terminal, this wire, it obviously, well, I'm not going to say obviously, but it looks like it was connected to a connector of some sort. It's not connected up here. These terminals are nice and clean and sealed real well. And there's been no evidence of any other wire going to it. But what we got going on here, we got 2 wires going to here. We got 2 wires going from here to there. And so I'm assuming there should be 2 wires going to this terminal right here. But it doesn't appear that there's any problem there. But this is not loose. This BMS is glued in here. I mean, it's in some kind of hardened foam rubber, and the only way I'd have access to that particular terminal, well, would actually probably to cut this away and to get into it. I'll have to take a pair of scissors or something and cut this plastic rubbery material. It's kind of got sticky on one side. But another thing that's interesting about this battery, it's got pouch cells. These are pouch cells. That's uncommon. That's kind of like old technology. Not bad, but kind of a dated technology. That's what I understand. All the other batteries have a different type of cell. Not saying it's bad, it's just different. I think it's old. I think there's the problem. I think this wire is supposed to hook to there. I'm trying to find some wiring schematics for this particular BMS, which, I'll turn around here and look at it. I found some information about the BMS, but can't find any actual wiring diagrams. They'll tell you where to put the wires, but they won't show it in a diagram. I like to see a diagram. Then this BMS is glued in there, but I don't know. You know, usually these BMSs, you'll see some lights going on when things are right. I don't see any lights anywhere in here because I think this wire is disconnected, and I'm afraid to try to connect it without knowing exactly what I'm doing. There's voltage, 13 and some volts going here and here, here and here. I haven't tested down here to there, but I'm assuming there is 13 volts there. I know this is a ground wire. If I hook this ground wire to a positive terminal, well, it'll show 13 some volts. If I do the same with this one to a positive terminal, it'll show 13 point some volts. And they both say B1, no, I'm sorry, they say B minus on the top of the, right up there it says, what I missed, I lost it now. Okay, right there's B minus, and right there's B minus. I believe, let's get my flashlight out here. Yeah, B minus, or is that a P? No, that's a B minus. And that one's a B minus, yeah, okay. And this one on the other side says P minus and P minus. So if I just find me a wiring diagram on the internet someplace, tell me where this wire's supposed to go, I can reconnect it and see if I can get to work. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try to replace the BMS. The interesting things about these batteries is they're advertised to last 10 years and such, but if you go on the internet and look, you'll find people having all kinds of problems with these things. And this right here, in my opinion, if you have the ability to repair this stuff, this is an opportunity in a lifetime for someone to make some money. Have either a part-time or a full-time job, because I'm sure there's people looking for ways to repair these. Otherwise, you're spending $350, $400 on these crazy things, and what do you do with them? Throw them in the curb somewhere. Throw them to the curb. I can't do that. I mean, nobody's buying these batteries for me and telling me, hey, you can have this battery, just test it, see what you think. Not for Chuck, no. Chuck's paying for it himself. So throw a $350, $400 battery to the curb is insane. I'd try to fix it first. But the build quality on this thing seems to be fairly decent. I like the way they done this and that, and it looks pretty decent. Other than I think this has just come loose, and unless this come loose when I was trying to get this top off, which is possible. All things are possible. All right, I'll let you see what's going on with this. Thank you. Okay, what I discovered here was this wire right here. No, it was this one right here. I just lightly pulled on it, it pulled out. So I'm going to have to assume these two wires go into this fitting right here. They're both B minus. And this one down here, it says, I think it says B minus down there on that terminal. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it says B minus on that terminal. So I'm going to have to assume those two go together. I can't actually find anything online with the actual wiring, what I'm doing here, but I'm assuming if I have to buy a new BMS, it'll come with a wiring diagram. I just have to get the right one. I think this one's a little different than most. It has two sections. There's a wiring goes in this plug here. There's another wiring that's going in this plug here. Most of them just have one. But I found a company that sells this style, so I think it'll be okay. It's a 200 ampere hour. So what I'm gonna try to do is take my drill, take these screws loose first, and then get into this, unbolt that, get this connector off, take a look at that, and then try to find me a connector to reconnect that back. See if it'll fire back up again. That's my plan anyway, providing I don't die trying to perform this, but I don't think so. I think we're okay. Good morning, brothers. This is Chuck again. We're working on this and this battery had problems with it. Discovered that these two wires here were supposed to be joined into this one connector right here. Well, this one was just loose. You can see that this one, the wire is different color. This one was never hooked up, or it wasn't hooked up very well. I don't have a connector to connect these together, so they go to this connection right here, which is, I think it's B11 or B minus right here. Just like this one over there is the positive side of it, and then they come up and go to here, and the other one goes to there. Well, what I'm going to do, just to temporarily fix this, I got some bigger cables, a lot thicker. I'm not sure what size they are. Look like about 4/0 or something, and this is a 7 gauge, so that will carry the current a lot better. There's just a little bit on the big side, but I should have plenty of space in there to stuff those in there until I can get either this reconnected or something changed, or maybe I'll just leave it that way. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. What I need to do is I need to protect these wires. I've taped my finger because I have a ring on here that I can't take off, and it's metal. So I don't know if you realize or not, if you stick your finger in here and you get it arced, it'll actually weld the metal together. And if that were to happen, I don't want to think about what could do to my fingers. But thank you. Okay, here's what I've done. I've taken these two wires and hooked them with this bolt right here. And then I'm going to take and run and attach them each individually. But first I have to tighten it with this ratchet, and I'm a little nervous about putting a metal ratchet in there like that, but I'm going to be very, very careful to tighten this nut right here without arcing across to something. So I'm going to turn the camera off, pay full attention to this. Okay, I torqued this down and I lived through that. I hooked these two up together, tightened them down, very secure. I don't see a problem with that at all. And this little stuff here, I'm going to try to kind of push it back in place. I don't know if it's all that important. This looks like a pretty good build quality. I mean, I like the way that's done there, and that's done there, and they've got it. This BMS doesn't look like it's a cheap one. I mean, it looks like a quality BMS. I don't know that much about them, but hopefully I can bring this thing back to life. We'll see. Okay, brothers, just got a new update on this battery. I thought I had it going just fine, but what happened was the charger wouldn't allow it, the battery wouldn't allow the charger to take a charge. Did I say that correctly? The battery wouldn't allow the battery charger to charge. Okay. So I tried jumping it off of this 12-volt battery directly, like they say on YouTube and such, to wake it up. I've tried charging it with this battery in combination with this battery charger, and this battery charger, with no success. And so I was watching one video, and the guy, what he had to do is he had to disconnect his BMS. Well, to disconnect the BMS is this plug right here. Okay, that plug right there. Well, the problem was it had glue on it like that, and I had to peel all that glue back to disconnect it. And so as soon as I disconnected it, the battery charger started charging like it's supposed to. 23.8 7 amps at 14.1 volts. That's the way it's supposed to be charging. Before, it wouldn't do that at all. Now I charged it up to about 13.7, and then I plugged the plug back in, and now it seems to be working just perfectly. So, and now there's voltage. Now there's voltage from here to across there, and from there to across there. Well, there wasn't voltage before. Plus, this BMS is getting warm. I can feel it's warm. It's not hot. It's just, you can tell there's electricity going through it. So there's another connector wire going back under here. Can't see it. I haven't disconnected it yet. It has some kind of glue on it as well. So if it's working, I'm not going to mess with that. So my project now is just to go ahead and let it charge until it says it's fully charged, and then see if it works. I think I'm on the positive side of this, at least. This has been a challenge. I've looked at trying to reorder this particular BMS. I can find a website on it and such, but I can't really find where to order it from. But then again, I don't know if that's the one I want. If I was going to replace it, I could replace it with one of the more expensive ones, or I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to. Thank you. Nico, come on now, little girl. Little girl, say hi. Say hi. Okay, in summary, I believe that this battery is a well-made battery. I believe I found what the issue was. These two cables here, this one cable here, this one cable here, were supposed to be hooked together through this terminal right here. Well, I don't think they were ever properly attached, because when I took the battery apart, this cable here just pulled out really easily, and you can see that because of it being loose in there, that causes heat resistance, and it discolored this wire. So this is the other wire. Should look exactly the same, but that came out looking like that. And that being flanged like that didn't go in there. It's probably laying on top there, sealed underneath this shrink tube. This is what shrink tube kind of looks like. But I've had this battery on battery charge for a couple days now. It's coming right up, and I just hooked it up right now, and it's showing 14.7 volts. No, 14.5 volts. A minute ago it was 14.7, which is telling me that all the battery cells are in balance. Otherwise it wouldn't get up that high that fast. But I think it's going to be working just fine. So what I find interesting about this whole industry is I believe that the chemistry on these batteries is not there yet. It's premature. They release these things premature. The technology is not there yet. I think that's been released premature. It'll take maybe another 2 or 3 years for it to mature, that they're usable. These things, you cannot just throw them in your RV or your camper, your Class A, and just use them. That's the way it works. It's just there's too much stuff going on with them. I found myself babysitting the thing all the time. You have to hug it and make sure it's warm. You have to make sure it's cool. You have to kiss it and tell it that you love them. Make them work. But I have 4 of them now, 200 ampere hours, which that's what this one is, and then I have 2 300 ampere hours. So I'm gonna have to learn how to work on these things and keep them going. But by the time the technology's there's going to be some new technology, perhaps sodium ion, I don't know. And then this will be obsolete, and then when they're advertised in the new ones, these are just junk, just like they did to lead acid. Trust me, lead acid is not junk. It works better than these things do. It's more consistent, it's more reliable, and they, as far as I'm concerned, right now, I think they last longer. So, all right. Well, thank you for watching.